Good morning, everyone, and welcome to Mortgage Coaches Training Thursday. What we're going to do today is really focus on the mobile device. So what I would like you to do is have your mobile device handy. I'm using an iPad. If you have a mobile phone, Android or iOS, tablet, get those ready. We're going to be hands-on, and I really want you to be able to experience this training. So the two things I would like you to do is, one, have your mobile app ready. We'll go through, make sure you have everything downloaded, and we're just going to get comfortable with the app. Understand how to access a report, go into the silhouette, log into your account, and be able to show you how you can record a video as well from the mobile device or upload a pre-recorded video and even use Edge Live. So there's a lot of items we're going to cover today. But first, I need to know where we're at. So I'm going to ask a few poll questions. And so if you could go ahead and answer those while you're getting your devices ready. So Marcy, let's go ahead and launch the poll. So with the poll questions, have you downloaded the Mortgage Coach app? And this helps us out because it defines how long we'll spend in that area. So far it looks great. We have I keep shifting. Okay, we got about 60% of the voting. Please, everyone, go ahead and vote, and we'll close it out. So far, we have about 62% that have downloaded the app, and the rest have not. So don't worry, we'll download it. We'll walk you through the process. So, Marcy, let's go ahead and close out that poll and go ahead and bring up the next poll. And these poll questions are very helpful for us because it does guide us in our training and where I need to focus certain details. So what is the current mobile device you're using? Is it an iOS, an Apple device, an Android, a Kindle? Go ahead and indicate which one. So, oh wow, we're almost about 50-50 Android, Apple. I've always had more Apple devices than Android, so that's interesting that we're getting the 50-50 split. So they both work easily. They both work in the same format, just little different items between the two. Okay, so we're at 73%. We're exactly at 50-50, so that works well. So if you wanted to see the poll there. Okay, let's go ahead and launch our next poll, Marcy. And so our next poll, I just want to know, have you created one presentation? It doesn't matter if it's an open house flyer or a total cost analysis. Have you created one presentation within Edge? So, okay, good. So we'll have, so that's great. So the way Training Thursday works is we do a lot of just QA. So be ready to ask any kind of questions. If there's topics in the future you want us to address, email us at support and we'll address those type of scenarios. But this is your time here, so let us know what you would like to see. Okay, we got 70%. That's great. About almost 70% of you have created at least one report, which is great. We're going to create a really quick report today, and it'll be great because pretty much all of you have been in and created one. So let's go ahead and close that one out. Okay, and now this is going to the mobile. I want to know what you have experienced on that mobile. Possibly you haven't done anything yet, so answer no. Have you recorded a video? You might have uploaded a video. Have you used Edge Live or viewed your performance on Edge? And you could press more than one on here. So you could go ahead and do that. That's great. That's good. I have a couple of you who've actually have done all three, recording a video, uploading, and using Live. That's great. If you could put in the question area, how was that for you? Using the desktop versus mobile. It'd be interesting to see. All right, we've got quite a few more posting in. All right, we're up to about 88%. So this is a good poll. So we'll go ahead and, Marcy, when you could give me those stats after we close the poll, and we'll be able to show everyone where we're at on there. So here's the stats for where we're at going into the mobile. You can see that 82 have not even gone into the mobile device. A few of you have done the recording and uploading. That's great. Or I like the fact that 18% here has used Edge Live. So that'd be good. And view your performance. another area we'll cover. So we'll cover all these areas, and again, I want you hands-on. So let's go ahead and close out that report, Marcy, or the poll question. Okay, so the way we're going to work GoToMeeting is open up your question area, have it open for any kind of questions. I also want to know if you could type in really quickly, let me know what company you're from, city, state. Gives me an idea of information we're going to go ahead and log into Edge. So if you could put that in the question area, that'd be great. Also, we have in the handout area, there's some handouts that we've had from past coaching calls. The Nikki Groff PDF, Modern Marketing. It's a great piece to review, as well as Steve Harney's coaching call, and he has some great stats. So those are in the handout area. So, wow, we've got quite a few. Peabody, Massachusetts. Welcome, Jill. Karen's, Raleigh, North Carolina. Dave, okay. From, got that one. David's from Yarmouth, Maine. Okay, we got some Fairway, Boise, Idaho, Boston area. All right, Leader One, welcome Shane. That's a new enterprise account. That's great. Eagle, welcome. Okay, we've got quite a few people on here. This is great, this opportunity. What we're going to do first is log into your Mortgage Coach account. We're going to create a report so we can use for you to be able to experience recording a video. So it's going to be really quick. We're not going to spend more than about 5-10 minutes tops creating this report. So what you would want to do is log into Edge, which is just edge.mortgagecoach.com. Put in your login ID and your password. And if you're not quite sure of either of those, just email support. They'll be able to provide you your email and password to access Edge. So log into Edge, and can you raise your hand? I want to know how many people will be following me along creating the report as well as going into the mobile device. So if you could raise your hand, I want to know how many people are going to be following along. So far we only have a few, but okay, there we go. Great, I'm glad. This hands-on, if for some reason I am going a little bit fast, please let me know in the question area. Slow down a little bit. Okay, David, what company are you with, David? Elite Mortgage, San Jose, that's great. A Wallace, that's wonderful too. Okay, I'm not quite sure on that one, David. We do record this call, so we do have this for later to view. You might want to email support right now, and then maybe they can look up your ID and be able to provide that to you. So, okay, so what you should have logged in by now. What we're going to do is create a quick report. We're not going to spend much time in Edge, but let's all create the same report. So to do that, let's click on New Client. And so we know what the report is today. Just type in your name as the contact. So this will be easy. So just put in your first name. And the support email address is support@mortgagecoach.com. And you could go ahead and access it that way. Another way is if you use your email address for your company, try the password pass123. If you don't have it, maybe you were issued it. So you can always put in your email address and then pass, P-A-S-S, 123, and try logging in that way. So, okay, great. So put in your first name, last name, and that's all we need to do on the screen. Again, we're making it quick and easy for you to create a report. So I'm just putting down here my friendly name. You don't have to do this, but I'm just putting this in here so I know a reference of what this report is. That's what that friendly name field is. So let's move to the right. The arrows left and right save your data. So mark it as a purchase a new home. So we did our first name, purchase a new home. Move to the next screen. Let's put in a property value of $250,000. This particular training, we're just keying in the data so we can all move along together. I'm not really explaining fields in greater detail. So Let's just keep moving on. I'm not filling out data here, and I'm moving to my products. So that's how quick it is, how minimal data it is just to create a report. So what I'm going to do to make it even simpler, all we're doing is a 5% down and a 10% down, and we're going to use this copy from button to make it easy. So let's go ahead and put in a title, 5% down. If you have a template, if you're on an enterprise account, you could go ahead and select a conventional fixed template in here if you have that. I'm not going to use one, so we could just go ahead and create the report. So I'm going to press the percent sign. Let's place in 5%, interest rate at 4, and a term of 360. So we're going to advance to the next screen. Notice as I advance this screen to the right, the upper right-hand corner now starts building our graphs. So let's go ahead and put in 15 days prepaid interest. I'm going to discuss closing costs just briefly. We are going to place in at least one fee because I want you to be able to experience that when we go into Edge Live, so you know where those fees are. So go into closing costs. You could choose the state you're originating in and see if you have any fee templates created. If you have, just select one down and have it populate, and you don't have to do anything with that right now. If you're on an enterprise account, you most likely will have fee templates. If you're from Cornerstone, I know I'm updating fee templates right now, and if you don't see any fee templates on an enterprise account, email us at support, let us know your branch, and we can work with your company and develop those fee templates for you. So it's quite easy to add a fee. So everyone, if you don't have a fee template, real quick, just click on Add Fee. In the drop-down, type the letter P, and let's choose Processing Fee. And again, just select something. I'm just choosing Processing. I'm putting it in as $4.95, and I'm marking it as APR. So if you have no templates, this is all we're going to do is one line item of your fee. So again, click on Add Fee, select from the drop-down Processing, add the dollar amount, and mark it as an APR. So once we're done either pulling down a template or adding that one line item, you want to save that line item to your report. So I'm applying it to the loan, and you can see that dollar amount rolled over to my fees. So now let's go ahead and put in our monthly costs. So a quick way of doing this is just opening up those percentage fields. So I'm putting in 0.35 for my hazard, 1.25 for my taxes, and let's go ahead and put in 0.69 for our MI, and then 78 months. I'm also going to collect 2 months reserve, 4 months for hazard, and a 12-month premium. So we'll stay on here just a moment. So just open up those percentage, put in a percentage amount, make sure, and then have your cutoff. So MI will cut off at the 78% mark. Add 2 months reserve, 4 months taxes. So I hope you're following along. You should have just created your first product. Now we're going to create our second product, and please, if I'm moving too fast, put it in the question area, and I'll go ahead and slow down. Or if you have questions and I need to go back a screen, please let me know because I want you to follow along. So now let's go ahead and click on Add Another Product, the green button at the very base, and this starts our product number 2. This one we're going to do 10% down. So I'm just going to type in 10% down, and this is where it starts becoming really easy. I'm going to use the Copy From button, so everyone click on Copy From, and if you had more than one, you can copy from any product, but in this case, I'm copying from the 5% down. I press OK, and then you'll see all my data just carried over. I have 5% down my rate, my term. So let's go to the 5% down and now type 10. And it changes that base loan amount, and now your down payment is reflecting 10%. Everything else is the same. Move to the right. All your fees would have carried over, so you don't have to do anything in this screen. And then the next screen has all your monthly costs. Okay, I have a question before I move on. Linda is asking where she could find a chart of what fees are APR. Go ahead and email us at support@mortgagecoach.com. We do have a rule of thumb of what fees are APR included and what are not. Best way to do that and developing fee templates is to get a fee cost sheet from your LOS for a conventional, maybe an FHA and a VA product. And when you do, you'll notice you'll have all your fee descriptions, your dollar amounts, and if it's marked as an APR. So that's the best, more accurate way to do it. And once you've keyed in the fee templates once, there's a copy feature. We also have a video tutorial on how to build them. But it's really quick to build your templates out doing it that way. So I hope that helped, Linda. Back to Edge. We've just developed the 2 products. We're done. So the next thing I'm doing is going to presentation. So hover your mouse over presentation, and you'll see 2 jump outs. We want preview. That will take you, whoops, I'm actually in a different, just one moment. Let me get out, I'm in the seller buy down. So let's go back where we were so you guys won't get so confused. Okay, last product. Hover your mouse over presentation, select preview, and that takes you to the very last screen. So that way you'll be able to easily move through the screens. You'll notice that I just put first name, purchase, I put in my sales price, key to my first product, then copy that product to my 10% down. So that's how quick and easy it is. So let's put on a quote date. I'm going to check out the preview real quick, and now we're going to be moving to the mobile device because now you have a report that we can work with. So with that, before we move to the mobile, I'm going back to my Edge account. You'll see the button here, Generate Link. For those of you who have not sent out a report before, this is unique to your file. So anytime you make changes, say they want to see a different down payment or a different product, this link will never change. So once you've made the update to your report, all they have to do is click on that same link that they received in an email, and they'll see the updates. Okay, so now what I want to do is let's go ahead and pull up the mobile device. So I'm bringing up my iPad right now. And I wish I had an Android device. I have a crack in my phone. Didn't look too good on it. So, okay, so here's the mobile device. Let me go out and let's just run through real quick how you download it. Going over to the App Store, I'm just going to go ahead and select the App Store. And in the search area, search for Mortgage Coach. So when you search for Mortgage Coach, you're going to get both apps. You have the Mortgage Coach app. This is the one we're going to focus on today, viewing the report, and then be able to record a video and such. We also have Rate Watch. This is part of your membership as well. So this is where you can go ahead and have mortgage-backed securities. You can set alerts, see commentary. It's very helpful for your day-to-day business, so make sure you download that as well. Always, when you're looking for updates, make sure you have the latest update for both apps so you can make sure that you have the latest tools that we are using. So now I'm going to go ahead and click on the Mortgage Coach app, and let's discuss the app. So this is what you would first see. This is the home screen of the Mortgage Coach app. We have a quick tour. If you click on that, just to show you what it provides, it's just a quick tour showing the different options, understanding Mortgage Coach, but it's just pretty much just a slide information. This is also, the borrower has the same access to all this information right here. They have sample total cost analysis, and before we click on this one, I want to go into that history. So if you click on history, I want to point out, as you start using the mobile device and you're clicking on different presentations, this is a quick way to see your presentation by clicking on history, and these are the last presentations you viewed. So you'll be able to see all those in here and be able to select from them. So you can see I have quite a few I've been viewing. And then now what I want to do is let's just take a look at a report. So let's go ahead and click on Sample Total Cost Analysis. And again, a borrower can experience this as well. So if you click on Sample Total Cost Analysis, you'll see that first you have to click Yes, I understand for the disclosure. And then you can see that I have a video going in the background. And you should be able to see this exact same report. So this is what the borrower experienced. If you placed a video on your report, you would be able to see how Joe, this happens to be Joe Perper, the president, mortgage coach. This is how you can convey your message to the borrower. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and just explain a couple items really quick with the app so you can see where on the desktop how it matches. So you can see in the upper left-hand corner we have that summary section with a lot of details about the each loan product. So there's the summary section right here on the mobile app. You have your monthly payment savings, which will show all the information over on the upper right-hand quadrant. You'll notice on the lower right, you have your interest and MI. That area is where you would go into, and then your short-term savings. So you can see how it just lines directly with that desktop. And I think I'm going to turn off Joe right now. So there we go. So with that, let's just go ahead and let's view it. So this is as if a borrower just received your report. They listened to your message. Now they want to just take a look. So they're going to go ahead and click on the arrows. And now we're going to view our summary. You can see how this is the face of the desktop. This is providing all the information that you see on your desktop. Whoa. And you'll notice if you could pinch and zoom, you could go ahead and do all that information as well. So play around with this, get familiar. Also want to point out this payment stream button down at the base. You can see it on the desktop. You'll be able to go ahead and open that up and be able to see the payment stream. So I just want to point out all the similarities with mortgage or the desktop as well as the iPad. Also in the upper right hand corner, they always have access to that disclosure they clicked on when they first entered the report. Then you'll look at the very base, you have your payment breakdown. This information is located in the More Info button on the desktop. This is the information we're going through right now, is their payment breakdown. You can see all that information here. And then payment breakdown. So now we'll move to closing costs. So you'll also have your closing cost screen, which is the next tab on the desktop. You'll notice, oh, my reflector's not moving. Let's see. There we go. You'll see your closing costs. I also want to point out at the very base, the fee details. We'll go into this when we were looking at your report. You have your reinvestment strategy, same as on the desktop here. You can see on the mobile, whoops, let's move it over. You have that reinvestment. So now I'm pressing the back button on the iOS device. If you're on an Android, you would have a back button on the bar there. That's usually how I use it on my phone, and that will take you back to the previous screen. Now let's just check out really quick the monthly payment savings. Want to point out the More Info button in the upper right-hand corner. It first displays the graph, just as it does on the desktop, and then the More Info just on the desktop gives you those detailed numbers behind that monthly payment. So now I'm going to go ahead and press the back button, and then you have your short-term savings, same as the lower left-hand quadrant. Let me go ahead and shut this out. So again, it will first show the graph. If you click on the short-term savings, you get the graph. You have the More Info. You can either click on the More Info or swipe your screen toward the right. So two ways of doing that. You'll have all the information of your savings in here, just short term. So you'll have it, in this case, I have it on 89 months. So let's go back, and then lastly, you have your long-term interest in MI. So you have all this information, just like the desktop, within your mobile device. So click on More Info, you'll be able to see all those details. So with that, now we've viewed our report. What I'm going to do is dive into now how you can access it, and we're going to log into Edge. So before I exit out of here, I do want to point out that share button at the upper right-hand corner. because anytime you have a presentation on a mobile device, it's really quick to be able to share the report email. And Mark has a question. Yes, whoops. No, Mark is asking about, I have a record button up here. This pops up when I have reflector, but what we're going to do is I'm going to show you how to record it, and you'll be able to see it. It's just a mechanism within the item I'm using to view the screen. So, good question though. I have a couple more questions. Let me open up my screen a little bit more. So Steve, you don't have in the upper right hand corner, you don't have a share report option? And that's quite odd. What kind of device do you have, Steve? What we'll do is 6+. Okay, let me let's see as we go through it a couple different. If it's not in this area, check below, because I know sometimes, you know, depending on how you move it. Okay, on the Android, thanks, Linda, it's on the bottom. So it is each, depending on the devices, it could be up here, it could be toward the bottom, it might be near the contact information. So again, because of the different sizing of the devices is where it lays out. So you'd want to look for something. And if you still can't find it, Steve, email us at support. We can always do a screen connect and we can take a look. Okay, so next, let's go back out to the home screen. So what I had done is just slide my screen and to the left, and it brought me back to the home screen. You could use the back button. You could do that as well. So now what we're going to do before we go into the silhouette, just one last item on the home screen. So if you have sent a link to a borrower, the borrower clicks on the link, they've never touched Mortgage Coach before. They automatically, with a link, get taken to the App Store to download the app. So that's how they automatically go. They don't have to do a search. It automatically takes them to MortgageCoach App for the download. Then they come back, click on the link, and the report opens. So now everyone, go ahead and click on the silhouette. And if you don't have the silhouette listed in the upper corner, left-hand corner, you don't have the latest version. So that does show you if you have the latest version, just update your app and you'll have that silhouette. So now I'm clicking on the silhouette, and I'm going to start from the very beginning and logging in, because there's a couple items you could do here. So I'm going to sign in. It's the same login that you used with Edge, and this login is also used with RateWatch. So I put in my login ID and my password, and I'm signing in. So before I go into each of these areas here and discuss this in further detail, I want you to notice on the upper right hand corner another silhouette. Go ahead and click on that silhouette, and I want to point out you'll have a camera album prompt. If at some point in time you have a pre-recorded video that you want to upload, you need to have this turned on to be able to access your albums. So this is how to go ahead and upload a pre-recorded video. This has to be open or turned on. So now I'm going to go ahead and go back a screen. And again, if you needed to, you could go ahead and log out in this area. So let's go back, and now let's discuss the mobile app. So first off, I want to discuss performance. So with performance, let's go back to Edge real quick. I want to show you how this correlates with Edge. So I'm going to my home screen, and let's bring on our mobile app. So let's all go ahead and click on performance. So I'm clicking on performance, and this is just showing my views for the month. So if you look on your desktop, it's pretty much using the goals over on this side. You can always set your goals by clicking on Edit on the desktop, and you can enter the desired presentations you want to create to see if you reach that goal. So with that, it also tells you how many reports that have been viewed. So I've had 28 reports viewed, and that's for my clients. So if I click on partners, it could show that I've had 4 views. So you can see that there, and it even tells what that date range. So the same, we have an overall. So on the lower half, you have a monthly that shows over the month I've had 2 and 6 partner views. Now under weekly, it goes ahead and we'll break that down. So this is just really quick, just giving you a status of how you're using Edge and the reports that are being viewed. So now let's go ahead and go back. And you can see on the left-hand side that I've done 4 reports today, and of those 4 reports, I had 11 views. So I want to put those into perspective. So now I'm going to jump into clients, and the flow of my clients is the same as the partner. So I'm going to go ahead and click on clients, and if you're on a phone, okay, Tammy, you're saying, before I move on, Tammy is mentioning that Mortgage Coach isn't responding. Is the fact it's not moving screens on your end on the mobile app. I'm curious, probably have Wi-Fi. That's something, if it's not responding, that would be a good item to email us at support@MortgageCoach. We'd be able to help you with that. But it should be moving like mine is. Okay. I'm curious if it also might be Wi-Fi. The strength of the Wi-Fi you might have right now. If you're on a phone, you'll only see one of the 2 columns. Because I'm on an iPad, I have more room, so I have 2 columns here. So to be able to, which column it is, we have 2 items. Pick a presentation from recent clients. You'll see in Edge, when you log into your Edge account, in the home screen, you'll have all your files that are listed right on the face of the home screen. And you'll notice it's the same as my left-hand column here. These are the recent items that I've gone in and made edits, I've created. The other one, pick a presentation from recent views. These are your presentations that borrower or partners have clicked on. So these are, in this particular instance, I'm working with partner borrower reports. So these are the last ones that have been viewed. So say you know that you've talked to a borrower just recently, you know they've viewed a report. This is just a quick way to look at it to be able to get an idea. Also, when you start having names, it gives you a good idea of what borrower has viewed your report. So this is showing recent views. If you click on the search, you can put it in a name and it will bring it up. So we're going to use recent clients. And also the recent views, just want to point out, in Edge, if you click on report tracking, so you'll see that same column that I have here is listed when I press report tracking. Same items, you can see on that left-hand column, the same reports. On the desktop, you get a little bit more information. You can see on the very right of that column the number of views for that particular report. So you can see that we've had quite a few views on those various reports that I've created. You can also click on one of those, and if you do, actually, go into View All. If you clicked on it, the report will just open up. So if I do a Search All, and if I click on a report, you can see all the details behind it. You can see how long it was open and what date it was viewed. So a little bit more detail in the home screen, but you've got a lot of details of just being able to pick and use the reports here. So now let's go back out again to the screen. So let's go ahead and pick clients. Sorry about that. You should see the first report. See the Lori Lytle, that's the report I created today. You see the time and date. So let's click on that. Click on your name. Get the experience. Now let's click on total cost analysis because that's the report we created. And here's the options you have. So you can view the report, click on it. It just allows you to view it, to record a video, and to use Edge Live. So we've already viewed a report, so I'm going to skip this piece, but definitely click on it just to see how it brings up the report for you to view. Now let's go into the video, to record a video. So you can see if you've turned on your album, it will go ahead and also have that in the list. So if you do not see the album, you would need to go to that settings, and then turn on the option to allow you to go to that album. So first, let's work with the camera. Let's go ahead and bring that up. Okay. Hi, everyone. So I have the camera out, and so you can see on it, on my iPad, the record button. But you could do it a couple different ways. You can view and record your video directly from here, so you don't have to be on the desktop. I don't know where I'm looking because it's looking the wrong way. So you can record your video, provide information. Open house flyers is great because you can also record, talk about the home, talk about financing options, and you can see how you could just move through the process. But you also, on the movement, if you're moving it, you'll see in the upper right-hand corner, you could switch your screen. So even though this is facing me right now, if I switch it, now I can walk and do a direct view this way. And this is another great way if you want to be able to do any kind of video with the open house. So you can see this is the screen. You can see directly ahead of what I'm recording. So right now I'm not going to record anything, but we will at the very end. I'm going to record a video, and I'm going to ask you to do the same thing. So you can always cancel, which is what I'm going to do right now. And it brings me back out to Mortgage Coach. So now let's click on the video again. And if you wanted to upload an album or an image, just click on that, and then you would find the file folder and then upload your video that way. So now let's get it back to Mortgage Coach. So now with more that I'm back out here, let's just touch base with live reporting so you know how you'll be able to do that. And then after we're done showing you that piece, we're going to walk through your report, and we're going to place a video on it, and we'll walk through the exact pieces. So for live reporting, go ahead and click on live reporting, and you'll see that you have your report up. So what I'm going to do is switch my desktop to reflect the same report. So you can see I have the same report on my desktop as I do on my screen. So you're going to want to use Edge Live. Say you're out of the office and have no access to the desktop at that moment. What you would be able to do is, if a borrower calls you, you would have your mobile handy. You can view the report. You can even use Edge Live. So by pressing that button and bringing up the report, I now can talk to my client. So I want to talk to him about the summary information. So I'd be able to go ahead and be able to point out different areas for him or them, highlight the information, and walk them through it. And by doing Edge Live through the mobile, you'll be able to, again, reach out just as at the desktop and reach out and provide them that mortgage education. So this isn't limiting you to a desktop. You're now free to be out in the field to be able to have that discussion. I also want to point out your report should have fees. So go ahead and click on that fee details in the closing costs. Either you pull down a template, or you have that single item fee that we went ahead and placed in there. So here's my processing fee right here. You can see, and then I have all my reserves. Whoops, let's pop that. So that's Edge Live. Let me go back in. Sorry, I hit an item on there. So you can see what you need to do is get on there and click on the live reporting and just go through and get comfortable. So if you do get that call, you could reach out to your borrowers with live reporting, and you could drive the report. You can't do any edits, changing loan data, but at least you could get that conversation. And once you have different items, maybe they wanted to see an additional product or different down payments, you can always make that change when you're back in the office. And they don't have, all they have to do is click that same link. There's nothing else to send. So all the updates change in live time. So that's how you want to be able to reach out to your borrowers using Edge Live. So now what I want to do is actually physically go through this process with you and record a video. And what I would like to do is, if you have created a report with us, what I want you to do is record a video and send it to us. We'll be able to provide any kind of feedback, and if you have any kind of items you want to be able to see on Training Thursday, put it in the video. So let's go ahead into the Silhouette, go into Clients, and access the report you just created. So I'm going to go ahead and access Lori, then click on Total Cost Analysis. So let's click on Video, and I'm going to use my camera. So if I only knew where I'm looking. Okay, hello everyone. So what you want to do is press record. So I'm going to go ahead and do so. And then you can see it's recording. Hello everyone. My name is Lori Lytle. Just want to introduce yourself, make it short, sweet. If there's any questions that you want to ask about Edge, is there an easier way of doing X, Y, Z, put it in the video and send it to us, and we'll be able to help you with it. So with that, just go ahead and record it. I'm going to go ahead and stop. And you can see at the very bottom, you can't see it, but there is an option that says Use Video. So I'm going to go ahead and use my video. There's also another option for retake. So you can retake your video. You can play it just to make sure. You can retake it or use it. So I'm going to use video. And now that video that you just recorded is going to append to that particular presentation. So you can say, see that it went ahead and it uploaded. And in a few minutes, that video will now be on that report for streaming. So that's how quick it is to record a video. And you can always record a video at any time. So if you're working with the borrower, you've recorded your initial message, now you're working more deeply, you can always send an updated message. You could re-record. So if we go back into your file, you could go into video, and now you see it says replace and re-record. So you can replace and update it with messages along the way, items you might need to close a loan, things like that. Other people have also uploaded a video in the sense of they use it for follow-up. So they have a pre-recorded video with the processes once the borrower has agreed to a particular loan product and is going forward. Then they use a pre-recorded video to let the borrower know the processes. So it's always a live video. You want to give them that interaction initially, and then you can follow up with an upload and just something providing them the flow of how the process will be closing the loan. So a couple options you'll be able to do. So record that video, and now once you're done, I'm going to show you how you'll be able to share it with us. So this is another way you can easily have a report, or if you have an assistant who created the report and you just need to put on the video, they would let you know. You would come in here, find the report, add the video, and now it's time to share. So let's go into Clients. I just did that. Click on your report, total cost. Let's view the report this time. So I'm going to press I understand. And this is a quick way to share it. So you could do everything on your mobile. So I want to click on Share Report. And you'll see that it now is asking you if you want to email it or SMS or text. So I'm going to click on Email. You can see an email goes ahead and pops up as well as the Edge link. So it's automatically formatted for you. And then you would just go ahead and place your email in this area and send it off. You would want to send the email to success@mortgagecoach.com. So go through this whole process, add the email address. You'll see the subject line. You can always replace this if you want to for a borrower. and then just send the video. And this is all you need if you're going to send it to us to success. We'll be able to review that link, provide you any tips, and again, please, this is a great way of communicating with us. So want to see any topics, or if you might need a little more clarification around something, put it in that video, send it to us, and we'll address it for you. So I'm going to go ahead and press cancel. I'm deleting my draft, and I'm back to my report. So with that, I've covered all the pieces. Let's go back to the silhouette. Just wanted to point out, partners works the exact same way. They have the 2 columns as well as the search. If I go into Amy Realtor, I could go into my new house flyer, my open house flyer, or if I created a seller buy down, do that same process of recording a video, using Edge Live, or just viewing the presentation. So with that, any questions about the mobile device? Let me know, were you able to follow along, record that video? Do you have any questions along the way that you want me to go back and address? If you could place that in the question area right now, and then I'll be able to provide that any kind of feedback. So everyone, that's the mobile. So let's go ahead and I don't see any questions right now. I'm going to go ahead and move my mobile device to the other screen. Just one moment. There we go. So we have a few minutes left for the hour, and I'm going to just go over a couple items with you. And again, this is a great time if you have any questions. So, okay, a couple came in. Okay, Andrea, I see her question is she wasn't able to record on a mobile, and you're not able to get Rate Watch uploaded. So you know what, email us at support@MortgageCoach. I'm sure we'd be able to help you be able to get that downloaded with no problem at all. So you could try deleting it and re-downloading it. If not, just reach out to us and we'll be able to assist you. Yeah, definitely, Karen. Email support if your mobile device is not allowing you to record. Possibly, maybe something is turned off. So we'd be able to direct you. And when you're emailing us about any kind of mobile issues, it's great to let us know what type of device you're using. So if it's an Android, iOS, it's an iPad. It was great. 6 Plus, what Steve mentioned, that let us know the model as much as you can. It just helps us really direct it, because there's so many different models and things do work slightly different on each. So okay, so now I'm going to go back to Edge real quick. One of the items I want to make sure, I'm going to go into settings. So in settings, make sure you have your contact information all updated. If you need any updates to areas that are grayed out, just email us at support. We can assist you there. Also want to point out, you can make changes. Always press save in the lower right. If you want to, first time you logged in, there was a disclaimer. If you want to reread that, there's your terms of use. Make sure you upload your image, your logo. Here's the fee templates. This is where it's really quick to create your fee templates and product templates. Once you've created a template, you'll notice in the lower right left-hand corner, if you see that Save As, that's a copy button. So it's really quick to go ahead and copy a file, a template, and then you'll see my new template and say they don't have a tax service fee, or you might want to add additional fees. That's a quick way of having one template created and being able to create additional ones. Okay, Mark, not a problem. He has a question on the mobile, and it's not a silly question. So let's bring up my mobile again. Okay. So he's in a report, and when I first started working with the mobile, I was sort of curious on this too. See, my video uploaded already. So once you're here, how do you get back to the home screen? If you're on an iOS device, all I do is swipe left to right, and it brings me back to the screen. And if you're on Android, same type of thing, but there's also a button on the Android, a back button. So you could go ahead and press the back button. It's usually on the base in the black bar. But that should help you, Mark. Just a quick slide to the left, and that will take you out of that screen. I think that was the question. Oh, okay, to view another report. So this is one area to view the report, but if you want to view additional reports, there's two ways of doing it. One, you have a history button on the home page. The history will only provide you the ones you've actually viewed on your iPad. So if you haven't viewed a presentation yet, it will not be in that history. But in your Silhouette, if you go into your account, this is where you're going to find your reports, all of them. So just click on Clients or Partners, and you'll be able to see all the files you just created. These are the last accessed files, and the ones on the right, if you're using an iPad, those are the last viewed files. So you can see your reports that were viewed versus the ones you've just created. So those are the two distinctions in the columns. So once you're in a report, total cost, and I'm viewing it, it will go ahead and bring up the report just like if we were in the home screen. And again, I'm sliding it. It did take it back to the home screen, but just go back to the Silhouette and the Clients. So learning the flow. So I hope that helped. Any other questions on that? Otherwise, I'm just reviewing settings, and I can keep going back and forth with the questions. So. Okay. Let me go ahead and minimize this so I can see my questions come through. Okay. So there's fees, quick way of copying. I didn't show you how to build them. We do have a great video tutorial on how to build them. Just email us that support. We could provide you that information as well as some written words. Product templates. This is where you have product templates. You can modify your templates here. And the other item I want to point out is click on the Help button in your Edge account. I really want to focus on the knowledge base. So let's put in mobile. You can see how all the different video tutorials are surrounded those mobile device. So here's one specifically, how to use Edge Live with the mobile, how to just use the mobile app in general, how it works with the iPhone, iPad, Android, those type of things. So here's an area where you can find more information on the mobile device. Again, all you have to do is under the search engine, just put in mobile, and it will go ahead and list those tutorials. So this is the search engine is really great when it's the weekend. Our support hours are 7:30 to 4. So on the weekend or evenings, if you're working on a presentation and you might have a question, come in here and search the question. You do have all the video tutorials right here up at the top and then below listed, but it's always just a quick way of coming in here and finding your answer. So I typed MI, and these are the questions around MI that we have in here. So there's a lot of meat that you can find in here. Let me go back to my questions. Okay, that's interesting, Mark. Without diving into it further and seeing it, I'm not quite sure why it's not swiping back. So can you email us at support? Let's get that figured out so you'll be able to use your device fluidly. Linda's asking, everyone wants this, Linda, transferring closing cost templates from Encompass directly to Edge. Perfect, Mark, thank you. If you're using the Encompass API, it will carry over some fees, but some of the descriptions don't come over because they're custom. But basically, there's no way to bring Encompass fee templates directly into Edge either. So, yeah, so there's no direct way, Linda, on taking those fee templates from Encompass into Edge. So we've had a few people ask for that. Any other questions? I know, sorry about that, Linda. But email us at support. Possibly we can help you be able to get the fee templates. I know we're working with a couple enterprise accounts and developing them, so maybe that could be your company too. So, okay, so with that, always want to make sure, again, settings, last thing, MLS number, license number. Always put the identifier in front of the number. That is telling what that number's for. So if you go to the report, upper right-hand corner, you'll have your identifier in front of that MLS number. So make sure you have your contact information in the upper right-hand side complete. Your branch will display right before your logo on the left-hand side. So with that, everyone, I will be sticking around answering any questions that you may have. We do want to launch one more poll question for our ending poll. And again, I'll stay on the line. If you have any kind of questions, please address them in the question area, and I'll show you how you answer that question on the screen. So thank you, everyone. I hope you took away a lot. Let me just... Okay, there we go. Okay, so there's our last poll question. And again, if there's items that you want to see on our training call, Training Thursday, let us know. Also want to point out on that support when you go into help, calendar of events, we have a lot of training. So besides our coaching call, and then also next week, we're having a special event, Simon Sinek. Please sign up for that one. So that's on the 7/22, #1 TED Talk speaker. University, Mortgage Coach University. Every 3 months, or every 3 weeks of the month, we hold courses. It's just 30-minute sessions. But I want to point out, take a look. These are all different kinds of scenarios, different items you can do within Edge. So it's always good just go ahead and sign up for these classes, and if you have availability, hop on, learn more depth about Edge and about what you could do. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and let's check, see if there's any other questions. I'm going to go ahead and close my poll. Well, thank you, everyone. Definitely follow up. Mark will help you with that iPad. And again, enjoy your week, everyone. Thank you again for being on today's call. Thank you.